Hey guys, this is Gaming 8, and today I have a video for you guys that I've kind of been hyping up in the last 3 or 4 videos I've made, and it is why I think Pokemon Sword and Shield has good graphics. And I'm gonna be trying to compare this by comparing it to or not every other, but a few other Pokemon games. The other ones I'm going to compare to in this video are Pokemon Let's Go, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, because that, was part of my point when I was talking about it before, and Pokemon Sun and Moon. I know it's on the 3DS, so it's an unfair comparison, but you'll see why I did it soon. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I want to compare with these 4 Pokemon games are the overworld design. So this is the best thing I could find on Google. I did find an actual route, a picture of one of the actual routes, but it was an extremely blurry picture, so I had to download this one instead. But yeah, you should still get the point. You get the grass design, the trees, the water, pretty much everything you need to see still. So, you can see that this game goes for the more cartoonish style, I guess. That's probably not a word, but whatever. And the reason they did this, obviously, is because they're trying to stay true to the original Diamond and Pearl for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. But what you'll learn about this video is I don't like the really cartoonish graphics, because those ones are just easier to make. Like, they're not, and not only that, I think it looks better if it looks closer to, if it looks more realistic. I mean, obviously Pokemon graphics are always going to be cartoonish, I'm not saying that, but I think in some of the games they're less cartoonish than others, and that's a lot of my point here about this entire video for Sword and Shield. So, so here's the route in Sword and Shield. If you compare the two, you notice that Sword and Shield graphics here are a lot more detailed than Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearls are. And look at the grass. Look, there's like a ton of things there's a ton of just like singular grasses in there, I guess is how you could explain it. And then for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, it's a lot less detailed, I feel like. So I feel like I guess while the overworld is the downside of Sword and Shield, which you'll see why in a minute, I don't think it's that bad. And then we have Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee route, which is really comparable to the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl grass. So I'll compare the two one more time. There. But yeah, I think they're pretty similar in graphics, except for the camera angle. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion on these 3 games. And then we have Pokemon Sun and Moon one, which obviously looks the worst out of the bunch, but its grass goes for the more detailed type again, and I like that. So I don't think it's that bad. And also, really, for a handheld system, this is pretty good, like honestly. By the way, whenever I refer to Sun and Moon, I really mean Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but you know, I'm just gonna say Sun and Moon the entire time. But yeah. But anyways, now the next thing I want to talk about is most people's biggest complaint about Sword and Shield graphics, and that is the trees. And I gotta say, for this part, this is the only part of the video where I agree it looks terrible. Like, honestly, this looks atrocious. Like, this is literally comparable to N64 games and GameCube games. Like, that's really bad. Like, this is the one part I agree with. So don't worry, this is the only part I agree with. I think the trees are absolutely terrible. Like, if you go look to the route picture of Sun and Moon that we literally just looked at, the trees look much better in this game than they do in Sword and Shield. Like, what are these? Like, what? They literally look like the trees from Ocarina of Time, so yeah, I mean, so if that's comparable to literally an N64 Zelda game, then that's a really bad thing. But the next thing I want to go over is like the battling look. And then we're going backwards order this time, starting with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. This is what it is. It actually looks pretty good and really detailed for a 3DS. But yeah, for the 3DS, this was extremely good. But it's still not too great compared to the other ones. This Let's Go battle style is definitely better. Yeah, the camera angle's basically the same. I think it seems to be basically the same with all of the games here. But with Let's Go, everything just looks better. That's all it is. And then for Sword and Shield, I mean, this specific one doesn't look better because there's a ton of trees here, but actually from far back, though, the trees don't look as bad. It's when you get really close to them that they look terrible. But yeah, in this specific scenario, I would say that the Let's Go looks better, but Sword and Shield definitely gets close, and I think in majority of the scenarios, Sword and Shield would look better. And then we have Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and this is the best thing I could find. But yeah, you can see the trees look a lot better in this game, which I'm happy about. I think it's gonna be a pretty good graphics, but I can't confirm that. I definitely cannot confirm that because we've barely seen the game still. So, and I mean specifically for the battle style, I think that the battle style graphics are going to be pretty good. Now the next thing we're going to be talking about, and is my last point for this video, is the actual Pokemon themselves. What did the actual Pokemon look like? So, we're gonna compare one Pokemon from, compare a Pokemon from Sun and Moon with Sword and Shield, compare a Pokemon from Let's Go with Sword and Shield, and compare a Pokemon from, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl with Sword and Shield. So starting off with Sun and Moon, I obviously chose Incineroar. What are you gonna expect? So this is the design of Incineroar in the 3DS. a pretty bad quality, but for the 3DS that's expected, and when you put it on that small screen it still looks really good. But it's not the best thing possible. And this is the Incineroar from Sword and Shield, which looks incredible. Actually, this is the same Incineroar that I have as my channel icon. So, just saying. But I did think that when Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl was gonna come out, I was going to change my channel icon to the Incineroar design in that game. And that's assuming that's assuming that you can even have Incineroar in that game. I can't even confirm that, but maybe you can't. And there's no national dex again, but I'm not sure. So, yeah, if there is a national dex and the Incineroar looks really good, I'll update my channel icon. But if one of those things isn't true, which I'm thinking at least one of those two aren't gonna happen, then I'm just gonna keep my channel icon the same for a while. Next up we have Charizard. This is Charizard from Let's Go, I believe. And this is, okay, never mind. This is Charizard from Sword and Shield. Sorry. They kind of look a little bit similar. And this is Charizard from Let's Go. So, I mean, this Charizard literally looks like the Charizard in Pokemon Regular Go, but it's Let's Go Charizard, so I'd say the Sword and Shield Charizard looks a little better here. And it's not by a lot though, it's just a little bit less pixelated around the face. But it's not my favorite in every way. I will say the Let's Go one is a little more saturated than the Sword and Shield one, so it's not better in every way. It's actually a pretty close comparison. But yeah. And the last few pictures I have for you today are a Lucario comparison. So this is a Lucario from Sword and Shield, and this is the best thing I could find for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And I tried to zoom in to the picture, and it was really pixelated, but you could expect that because, well, it's super far away from it's super like in the background, I guess, so yeah, it makes sense. But really, this pixelated image tells you basically all you need to know still, as in it's going to be basically the same exact thing as the Sword and Shield as Lucario from Sword and Shield. I literally wouldn't be surprised if that's just a design ported over. Actually, looking at this, I think that is just, actually I don't think it's the same exact design, but I think it's very, very close. But yeah, I think that's all I really have to say for you guys about this. But yeah, in the end, I think besides the trees out of these four games that we compared, I think Sword and Shield looks the best. Sun and Moon obviously looks the worst, but that's just because it's on a different console. And then I'd say Let's Go and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl about tie, because I think the Pokemon designs on Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is going to look better than the Pokemon designs in Let's Go. But I like the camera angle more in Let's Go than I do in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And I like the camera angle the most in Sword and Shield. So I think besides the trees, Sword and Shield wins. And even with the trees, I'd still say Sword and Shield wins. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire thing I have to say for today's video. So yeah guys, this video is going to be done. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Bye bye.